Hi, everybody, and welcome back. To my next interview from the Star Shine series is Angela Valela. Angela has been in my life since 2011 when she came a student in grade 9. And since then, she has done amazing work. She's been in Love Is All You Need. She was in Spring Awakening. She was also, she went to provincials and placed second a couple of years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, so close though.
So close, like close.
Just anyways, but still like amazing. And she's extremely gifted vocalist, and it also works in my studio with my Little Stars and my Bright Stars and my Shooting Stars. So, and just like my girl. So
Yeah.
speaking of which, and I know life was busy before the pandemic. I know you were in the Faculty of Ed, right, becoming a teacher.
Yeah.
Tell us how how things went, and as you were going through the pandemic.
Yeah. Okay. So we were at school one day and we were kind of gearing up for our last week of classes because we were about to go onto placement full time. So it was like March 14th, I think, and I was in class and we got an update from the school mid class and they were like, yeah, everything's going online. So the Monday after and like the Tuesday or something, we were supposed to have exams and those got canceled. So we didn't have exams, we didn't have anything because they weren't allowed to give exams. So literally everything stopped and they were like, so then there was March break, which obviously I couldn't student teach. And then they were like, okay, 2 weeks after we're closed. So school was like, okay, so for the 2 weeks you can't go to placement either. So you'll just go when I go back. So we're like, okay, whatever, 2 weeks, like 3 weeks off, whatever. And then we just kind of never went back. So then they decided that placement was canceled altogether because they couldn't leave us hanging for a month and a half. And then they gave us an assignment. So I did an assignment and now I'm done my first year.
It's unfortunate because you really like the placements. You love going to the classroom with
Thank
the
you.
kids, right?
And I had a really good placement. I was in grade 6 and I was going to be challenged because everyone knows my comfort zone is like
Little kids.
babies to 10-year-olds.
Yes.
But so they were a little bit older. They're, going into grade 7 next year. So I had a really good teacher who was going to teach me a lot of things. And I'm sad that I never really got to jump into that. But
I know that you're such an advocate for little kids, and I know this is kind of like your forte. Like I know that you worked in daycare centers and stuff like that. I can imagine that and you're babysitting during the day now because
I was for a while. I'm not anymore, but I was for a solid 5 weeks there. Yeah.
right, and that's interesting because that's parents going to the front lines, you know?
Right, yeah, and like their parents worked from home most days, but they did have to go out sometimes, and that was just a commitment that I made, and I've known them for a long time through the daycare, so I was willing to do that for them for sure.
Just your perspective on things, because I know that at Quebec is trying to open up the schools and they're having these squares that the kids have to stay in all day. Can you honestly
Yeah.
imagine that for the poor children?
That's a lot of stress on the children. I really think that children need to move. They need to be able to get out of their seats and go outside during the day during school, and they need that face-to-face social interaction with their friends. They need to do those hands-on things, especially the younger they are too. Like they need that more and more. Like they can't do that.
No, they
Like,
don't have a concept behind it. Like
no, you
they
can't
don't
have
know any different, you
kids.
know?
No, like playing and socializing is nature to them. Like that's all they know how to do, and you can't just take that from them. That's not fair.
It's going to be interesting to see how they can work around social distancing with children. Like I
Yeah.
just don't understand the concept behind it. It's going to be hard, and just in general, like
Yeah.
we're just social beings, and
Yeah.
it's just difficult to do that. You
Yeah,
know?
how do you spend your day trying to educate these children when you're also playing police officer trying to keep them 6 feet apart? Like
No kidding. How's that
you're
possible?
you can't,
Exactly.
you really can't.
No, you can't. And then my heart goes out to them. And it's hard on the parents too, because this a
Oh,
lot of the parents have to work and they have to bring their children to daycare. And
yeah, and these parents aren't teachers for a reason. Like they didn't
exactly,
become teachers for a reason. Like I feel
exactly.
awful for them because a lot of their routines are just thrown right off and they don't understand some of them. Like you can only explain so much to them before they just can't wrap their heads around it.
No, and mom and dad and are just going to be mom and dad. They're not going to be the teacher in the classroom. They're just impossible for that to happen,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
a different relationship.
And I feel bad for the parents because they feel like they have to have an expectation on them to make
Yeah.
sure the kid is their child is up there in the rank, making sure that they're learning and but it's trauma to everyone. So that's really kind of the thing, right?
Yeah.
as a parent is trying to deal with the education of a child, they're going through their own personal trauma, having to deal with this pandemic, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult. So how's your mental health through all this there, Miss Angela?
I've been pretty okay. I enjoy having a day here and there where I can just stay home, and I call them my do nothing days, where I wear sweatpants all day. I don't do my hair, don't do my makeup, I don't socialize, I just do my own thing, and I like those days, but too many of them does start to get to me, and I start to go like a little bit delirious, but
You actually forget what day it is.
I legit forget what day it is, you would know.
Yes.
And I've been trying to keep myself busy just so I don't go stir crazy and then start. I'm an overthinker, so if I'm left alone for too long with my thoughts, I will get upset over why the sky is blue. So I try and keep myself busy. Like, I painted my house for my dad.
Wow.
I pulled a piano out of our shed and I've started to play that.
Good for you, Ange.
Yeah, I've been trying. Yeah. Other than that, I just kind of hang out, watch a lot of Netflix.
Yes, I've been watching. I've already watched all the episodes of Ozark. I'm starting Schitt's Creek right now, and I really like it.
Oh my God, I watched all of Breaking Bad. Eric was off work for a while too, so we watched a lot of Breaking Bad because you got quarantined with someone, and yeah.
And that's so rough.
It is rough. Yeah. It is rough. It was a rough time, let me tell you.
Rough time. Yeah. So what I'm going to leave you with is a wish and hope. What do you hope will come out of this? Is there any special wishes that you have that come out of this?
I hope that everybody just becomes more kind. Everybody that doesn't appreciate the time that they have with people can start to appreciate that. I know I will, and start making more time for people. That sometimes we just get into a habit and then I'm like, oh yeah, we were supposed to go for coffee like 2 months ago and we didn't because life just got in the way. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm dying to see some of these people, but I can't. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if only we had done this, all the times we said we were gonna. Or like, I don't know, taking all my relationships, like all my grandparents and other family members, making sure that the time I do get to spend with them is really meaningful.
Exactly.
And I hope that all of our hard work that we were doing beforehand gets to continue somehow. Like all of our show planning and choreo planning, because that's so sad to let that go.
Yeah, and it really is. It's kind of like, we were on a roll there, and the kids.
Oh my gosh, we've never been on such a roll before.
Yeah,
we just got crushed.
And the kids were prepared to do all the stuff, and and it's sad because they wanted to continue. They know that, like this is just, like it's just impossible for that to happen. It's too much of a danger for the kids to be around each other right now. But
100%. Like,
yeah, but we've reached out. We're doing projects. That's a good thing.
We have, which is amazing. It's amazing what can happen via technology.
Exactly. And which is really great way to connect with people. And that's, thank goodness for this, because if it wasn't for it, I don't know what we'd do, because this is not natural.
Literally, this is such a saving grace, like to be able to see someone somewhat face to face through a screen and not just texting and Facebook and all that stuff.
Do you know what I noticed though? It's not the normal way of doing it either, because then you end up looking at yourself more.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm like, okay, don't look at yourself. Look at Denise. Think she's this way.
Exactly. But then you look at yourself going, my hair. Oh, look at my hair. And if you had a conversation with somebody straight on, you would never even know what you look like.
See that.
You could have stuff on your teeth and you wouldn't matter, but we're right here. That's probably why this is going to wear itself thin pretty soon.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree. It's about, the people in your life and being grateful for the people in your life. I agree with that 100%. It's one of those things where that's probably why I'm doing all this, because I'm reaching out. I get to spend 15 minutes with my friends to talk about life in general. It's kind of selfish.
But you know what? You need that. You go from somewhere where you're seeing people all the time. Your job is to see people and socialize and be around people. Like, I see you how many times a week? At least 3 times a week. Yep. And we still go like 20 minutes before or after every class, like chatting away.
Because we always got something to talk about, Ange.
True, I have a lot to say. I was born
Yes, we
that
do.
way.
Yes, we do. I'm looking forward to you're going to submit a nice performance from you. Give the
Yes, I
beautiful
actually
voice.
have it ready. So
I'm looking very forward to that. And thanks, Ange. Your insight is always important. I know that your heart is always with the children, the little kids, and thinking about them all the time and making sure they're
Mhm.
fine. And it's just very, very. You're going to be such a good teacher when you graduate.
Oh, thank you. I
You
really
will.
do them
You
all the
will.
time. Every Saturday's not the same. I'm like,
I
oh, I should be
know.
teaching right now.
I know. And they miss us too. So,
Yeah, and I was about to get back in with the Bright Stars, and I was so excited to see their little faces.
I know. I know. Anyway, we will have those days. And when it happens, it's
Oh, we're
gonna
gonna be
be
so grateful.
the music is going to be even bigger and better and
Oh
more
yeah,
joyful that we can ever imagine. So
we
that's
will
the
not have to pull teeth ever
no,
again.
we will have people wanting to do this so bad.
Yeah,
So
100%.
that is going to be something we're looking forward to in the future. My love, I love you, I love you, I love you.
I love you
So
too.
have a good day, my sweetheart, and I'm looking
You
forward to
too.
getting your music video for us. Okay,
Definitely.
awesome. Take care, sweetheart.
You too,
Thanks.
buddy.
Thanks.